Morning, everybody. So, as you know, I've reviewed my tackle, I've reviewed my crossbow. So what else can I show you guys? How about my rods? Alright, so let's get right into it then. So, as you can see, I have three spinning rods and 2 bait casters. So, starting with the first one, this is my trout rod, okay? So you've obviously saw this one in my creek fishing video. So I can show you it again though up close. So here is the reel. It's, oh man, there's glare. Okay, so it's Gander Mountain Guide Series, very small size reel. And I have, this is the only, all of my other reels have Trilene on it. This one has 4-pound Suffix, so it's green. All the other ones are white. So yeah, so that's the reel. And then on, or that reel is on this rod, which is a Renegade Trout series rod. It's 5.5 feet tall, or long, I guess. And it has a very, like, it's bend in half, ultralight, very whippy. Ultralight. So that's my trout rod. I use that for trout fishing or, you know, light bluegill fishing. However, I have also caught a 19.5-inch like huge largemouth bass on it, so it can handle just about anything. Next up is this rod. It's the spinning reel. It's not anything in particular, but I use it typically just for pan fishing though, even though it's not the greatest pan fishing rod. It's 6'6", so it's really long, and the reel on it sucks. It's this old Shimano, and like the anti-reverse is buns, and the drag's like down here, and it's got these old like stupid handles, but it still works. So I want to get a Phleuger for it, like a Phleuger. I think they're Phleuger Presidents are the ones that I want. I think that would be better for this, because this rod it's a St. Croix, says, yeah, St. Croix, Triumph Sport Fishing rod. It's 6'6", light power, fast action, 4 to 10 pound line, you know. So it's a pretty big rod, and it's not ultralight very much, so. But it's a good rod just to use. It's good for trolling because it's nice and long. Okay, and then my next spinning rod, this one I use like for everything. Typically it's like flipping bass jigs. So right here I've got a Bandito bug, Texas rigged. So typically it's like stuff like that where I can just kind of, you know, like flip it in there in between brush and stuff. But it's a really nice rod and reel. So this is a Cabela's Tourney Trail. You can see that. Cabela's Tourney Trail IM7 rod. It's 6 feet long and doesn't say anything about action or stuff, but it's pretty, I'd say it's like medium. Yeah. The reel on it is a little bit overkill. It's like really big. Like you could probably use it for surf fishing, but it still works. Yeah, so it's a Shakespeare, I think it says Catera. That's what it is. And then Shakespeare, obviously, like I just said. Shakespeare somewhere, if you can't see that. Yeah, it says it right there. Yeah, so it's a pretty big, you know, 5-bearing system. But yeah, so this I got for free from my grandpa because there's this raffle at a fair. Had like 9 fishing reels and like a whole bunch of lures and a knife and all this stuff, and he gave me one of these reels. Well, I took it, but we don't talk about that. Yeah, so that, and I put it on this rod. Before I had it on a rod that actually broke on a 6-pounder back in the spring, and I tried to use it, but it just didn't work. So I went to my great uncle's who like is too old to fish or hunt, so he gave me this and this one and that and all this other stuff. So that's where a lot of my stuff came from. But yeah, so this is like, I took this to Canada with me. It's a really good combo, and I really like it. So that's all the spinning rods. So next is my bait caster. So this rod too, or this reel I got in that same raffle basket. It's a Phleuger Crieterion. I don't know how good that is, but that's what it is. And it's on an ugly stick GX2, which is 6 feet long. And ugly sticks, obviously, you know, like you can't break them apparently. But yeah, so that's kind of why I wanted it, because it's a really good sturdy reel or rod. Sorry. Yeah, so I finally just like recently figured out how to like tune them right. So you don't, because you know how you have to like have the tension thing right so that your lure kind of falls. Let's see if I can show you guys this. Kind of like have the thing fall like that. Oh wait, it didn't fall. Uh-oh. Hold on, I might have to fix something here. Okay, we're good. Alright, so let me see if I can show you that again. Okay, so it falls like that. So if you reel it in, and it falls like that at that speed, that's how you know. And then depending on how heavy it is how like how much you wanna like tune your magnetics to, because typically there's a little magnetic thing on the side that hold on. Okay, so typically there's a little magnetic thing on the side that you can switch up and down like that, and it clicks. But it's basically like if I had like a 3/4 ounce giant like spinner bait on here, then I'd tune it really high because it's a heavy lure to like, so I'd put that probably on like 8 or 10 right down here. But since this is just like, you know, a relatively small crankbait, I keep it on like 3 or 4, and that's just depending on how heavy it is. So obviously the heavier it is, the farther you can cast it. So yeah, and then obviously there's a drag here. I don't do a lot of bait casting. I took my other one here to Canada. It's just I don't. There's like spinning reels are just so much easier, but I hopefully want to like get better at it and try and fish more. I think I've caught a few fish on this though. And then lastly, I have this bait caster, which I also got from my uncle. It's a Cabela's. It says it there on the front somewhere. You probably can't see it, but a Cabela's tournament 2V something, I don't know. But it's a pretty old, like paint's peeling off here, and it's like solid steel too. It's like really cold because it's like October out, obviously. But yeah, so this one also has the tension reel, or they all have that. Sorry. See, like I don't know anything about bait casters. I'm like clueless when I talk about them. Right. So okay, so that's the reel, and then it kind of goes along with that one spinning rod, the one that I like. This one is an IM8 though, right there, and I think it's also Bass Pro Shops Bionic Blade. That's what that says. Bionic Blade IM8 graphite, and it's 6 feet long, and yeah, so it's a really nice rod. And like I said, you get the spinning thing right. That one goes a little fast, but I kind of rather have it like that. And then this one, unlike my other bait caster, has this button. So if I push this, that falls. But then I can, instead of like clicking it in to reel it, all I have to do is just press that, and then the drag stops. So like it's really handy, because you don't even have to like you know how when you cast the bait caster, you cast it and then put your thumb on it to stop it. This you can actually cast it and press that, which is nice. So yeah, this one is nicer, but I still can't cast it as far sometimes. Yeah, so, and then that's like a better like close-up view of that handle. And it's got this on the back. Yeah, so, oh, and it's got that on it. Those things are pretty handy if you don't have an eyelet. Or bait casters, you just do that. So yeah, so I'll show you these once again, like up all next to each other. Okay, so this is that bait caster that I just showed you, my ugly stick and my Phleuger combo, and then my Shakespeare and my Bass Pro Shops combo, and my trout rod, and then this rod, which is, you know, kind of useless. But, okay, so, yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe.